Hi, good evening. This is Scott at Scott Trades on Twitter with StockMarketMentor.com and your chart of the day. There aren't many good-looking charts in this market, and even the one I'm going to show you is ugly. But I think that Upstart, UPST, could give us a potential short-term bounce trade into tomorrow. And so that's one of the stocks that I have on my watch list, and one of the stocks I'll be talking to members about at StockMarketMentor.com. But I'll give you a little of the insight on what I'm thinking with this chart. So as you can see, Upstart has been in a very strong downtrend since November. It basically peaked when the rest of the market peaked. And a lot of people are saying that Upstart breaking down was a clear signal of a market that is overinflated and needs a rest. And so this has rested. It's rested a lot. From the high back here in October to the close of today, stock's down about 80%. That's a lot for any stock, especially in a market like this. But if I turn on after hours, you can see I actually have to zoom out. The stock is down another 47% here today, after hours, due to earnings. So first off, I want you to know one really important thing about trading. It can always go lower. Even if the stock is down a lot and you think, okay, I know this is the bottom, it can always go lower. And I also never say never in the stock market, because I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my years in the market. And so I know anything is possible, both to the upside and to the downside. Okay, regardless, I think we should watch Upstart tomorrow, because I have the Bollinger Bands on this chart. That's these gray lines right here and right here. And typically what Bollinger Bands do are they contain price action. So a large percentage of a stock's move will usually be contained within two standard deviations of the middle Bollinger Band. And so anything outside of the middle Bollinger Band is typically like kind of an abnormal move, like it shouldn't happen. And so because I have the Bollinger Bands on here, you can really see when price gets outside, it comes back in. Price gets outside, comes back in. Price gets outside, comes back in. And so here we are again, after hours. I don't know about the earnings report. I didn't listen to the call. I don't know what's going on, but it's down a lot, and it's way outside the Bollinger Bands. And so one of the things that Dan Fitzpatrick taught me at StockMarketMentor.com was to watch for. And so one of the things that Dan Fitzpatrick taught me over at StockMarketMentor.com was one thing to look out for is extreme extensions outside the Bollinger Bands, because price likes to come back in. And so I'm going to keep an eye open for a potential rebound trade here on Upstart tomorrow. Now, it may happen first thing. It may not happen at all, but it's one of the setups that I'm watching in this market going into tomorrow. So we'll want to see the stock establish a low. I don't know where it's going to open, but we'll want to see it establish a low. You'll want to define your risk versus that low, and then scale out into any strength to the upside. So that's one setup I'll be watching into tomorrow. And if you want to see what else we're doing over at StockMarketMentor.com, if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link, take a trial, and I'll see you on the other side.